أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Alhamdulillah, indeed all praise is due to Allah. We praise Him and seek His help and forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from our evil souls and wrongdoings. He whom Allah guides, no one can misguide. I bear witness that there is no God except Allah alone without any partners, and I bear witness that Muhammad is His servant and messenger. Today we're gonna tackle something old and new. It is new to me, but apparently it is 4 years old. My dear brother Azim showed me this video, so I wanted to expose you, Mr. Christian Prince, and all your lies in this video. You are saying that you were responding to this man here called Wael Ibrahim. I don't know the man, to be honest. I'm not sure. This is the first time I see him, but I know you, and I know you are a deceiver and a liar and a cheater, and in this video you showed all that. So I'm gonna expose you here. We will start quickly right away. So this man will be talking.
Muslims were shocked, saddened and disgusted regarding the Paris bombing and the killing of so many civilian people in that incident. Nabil Qureshi.
Now, so this man here is basically responding, or not, if not responding, he's just commenting on the video done by Nabil Qureshi. May he rest in peace. He's dead now. I hope he will rest in peace. Apparently Nabil Qureshi made a statement that what happened, the attack in Paris, reminded him of 9/11, and that is sad, and he turned that into a criticism of Islam in general and our beloved Prophet, specifically calling him a terrorist. Now, Christian Prince here, Mr. Christian Prince, wanted to help out Mr. Nabil Qureshi and respond to Mr. Wael Ibrahim. Unfortunately for you, Mr. Christian Prince, as you are by nature a liar and a deceiver, you came in to do something, but sorry for you, two wrongs do not do one right. So what you did is you put in more lies and deceptions, and you made it worse, really, really worse. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you where you lied, and I'm going to show people who you are, who you truly are. So you started calling all Muslims liars, and you started calling us names and calling our beloved Prophet things. And not only that, but you started showing and exhibiting your abilities to read Arabic, yet at the same time deceiving your own audience who does not know Arabic. You would show them a word or two in here, like what I'm going to show later, and you like knowingly deceiving them, knowingly lying to them. And if you didn't know, then I going to show you what you did wrong. So let's see.
Was no different. He came on a latest video telling the people how sad he was when he heard the news of Paris bombing, and how this incident had reminded him of 9/11. And back then he was still an Ahmadi, a very minor sect among the Muslims, and how this...
Wait, hold on. Peace of Christ, everybody. Just to show you how Muslims, they play the game of deception, let us start from the beginning. Nabil Qureshi, when he saw the attack of Paris, that reminded him of the attack of 9/11, and it made him very sad. And by the way, Nabil Qureshi is from a minor Islamic sect, so he's trying to tell you those are really don't present Islam. You know, the Ahmadiyya, they are stupid, they are nothing. You know, like this is the mentality of Muslims. They try to anyone.
I'm sorry, Mr. Christian Prince. This is not the mentality of Muslims. This is not even what this Wael Ibrahim was saying. You are actually putting words in his mouth. He is only saying that Nabil Qureshi is Ahmadiyya. That's all. And I know that the following, because I watched the whole video before and I am now working on it. The lies and deception that you will bring later on are just disgusting. Like the number of Muslims and not counting the Ahmadiyya and the Druze and the Shia and Alawiyya and whatever you will be counting later on. And I don't want to take part of that. I don't care about the number, I don't care about the sects and all that. But in no way Mr. Wael Ibrahim is actually looking down on brother Nabil Qureshi. Okay, he's not. He's only telling you who he is. Okay, he was the Ahmadiyya, and I doubt he was even a proper Ahmadiyya, because I know many Ahmadiyyas and they are really strong believers and they worship and they know Islam in a very good way, except for some exceptions where they do not agree with the mainstream, and that is none of my business, none of our business. That is the judgment of the judge, and there's only one judge, and that would be God the Almighty Allah. On the judgment day they will be judged. We have no problem with that, and we don't even have time to go through that. But what you do is use these things and play on these tunes only to please your audience. But and by the way, you are showing in here so much hatred. Like throughout this video here, I noticed I've known you as a critique. You criticize Islam a lot. I have no problem with that. But I saw and I noticed and felt a lot of hatred in this video. Let's continue.
One who they like from their religion, they throw him in the trash, in the garbage. He just said Islamic sect. So how he is Islamic and sect and he is nothing? Either you say it's not Islamic or you say it is Islamic. And you just said, everybody heard you, it's an Islamic sect. So how come their opinion doesn't matter? And why you are trying to make it like it's a stupid thing, like it's a minor Islamic sect? So he's trying to say to you, those people, they do not know Islam. This is what.
Where did he say it's a stupid thing? He is only saying facts. He's stating facts. You've got such a twisted mind and a sealed heart. You just go and bring in words, your own twisted words. I don't know where you get them from, but why do you put words in our mouth? The man in here did not say stupid, did not demonize him, did not put him down. He just said what he is. What is wrong with you? I'll let you continue, sir.
Why they are minor Islamic sect? Because in Islam, size does matter. Size does matter. That's why the Muslims always.
Who said that size matters for us? Are you kidding me? You are such. Oh, okay. Sorry. I wouldn't use any bad words against you. I'll let that for you. You are good at it. You have no manners. So you would go and say words. But anyway, size does not matter to us, sir. I'm gonna fast forward and pass on to something else.
Yes, it's the command. Huh? Because.
Okay, let's see here. What you're accusing, because at some stage, Nabil Qureshi said that what ISIS is doing is actually the command of Quran and our Prophet, and the man said to you that is not. You go out and look for verses in the Quran that talks about fighting the disbelievers or unbelievers or the kuffar, and whatever they do, like they don't believe in Allah on the last day. As we see here,
you can choose any translation of your choice. However, I don't approve any of those translations. And right now I'm working in the translation for the Quran.
Really?
And I hope in a few months from now I will have it ready.
Okay. few months. I would love to see it. It has been now, this is December 2015 and we are in January 19. Did you get it done, Mr. Christian Prince, the translation of the Quran according to your own knowledge? Because what I know, you don't even have good Arabic, but I will leave it to you. Now let's continue with you, because you're going to show us this.
We take Yusuf Ali as an example.
Take Yusuf Ali.
It says, fight those who believe not in Allah, nor the last day, nor hold what is forbidden, etc.
Okay.
So what is the problem to fight them? Why the Muslim they should fight them? Because they are not believe in Allah, and they don't believe in the last day.
Okay.
And they don't believe in what is forbidden in Islam, like if you eat pork, or if you don't do mut'a marriage as the Prophet he said.
All right. First of all, you're lying to people. Islam actually does not fight people because they don't believe in Allah. Otherwise, they would have been no Christians in the Middle East. And you are the proof that Islam did not fight those who do not believe in Allah and the last day and forbid what Allah has forbidden and His Messenger. You are the proof. You, Christian Prince, are Christian men from the Middle East. Did anyone try to stop you from drinking or eating pork? That's one thing. The second thing, if it was true that we were ordered to kill or fight those who do not believe in Allah on the last day and forbid what Allah forbids and His Messenger, then there would be no Christian and no Jews in any Muslim country. Yet in the Middle East only there are over 16 million Christians still living amongst us, Jews still living amongst us. The Yemeni Jews still live in Yemen. The Jews living in Iran, in Tehran, over 2,000 of them, and they refuse to go to Israel. They do not acknowledge Israel. And the Christians, there's no need to talk about them, because you are proof. Because if we were told to kill them, yeah. Now, just so you would know, the thing here is the word that says fight them. It didn't say go invade them or go and kill them or go and exterminate them. No, fight. Well, who do you fight? You fight someone who's coming to fight you, who is willing to fight you. Because when you go and aggress, when you're an aggressor, you go and kill, you go and invade, just like what you Christians have done. But let's leave this your bit in here. Let's take you to what we believe, because this is what you want people to think that we believe, but we don't believe in that, because there's something called the cause of revelation, and you know it. Sabab al-nuzul is always a contest or a context to what is being in here. So let's go and see. This is faith in Allah. The incident that you're talking about, and there was the Battle of Tabuk. It's called the Battle of Tabuk, and that, of course, the chapter 9 and verse 29. So here is the verse in Arabic, and here is the verse in English. So the verse 929 is a command to fight the Byzantine, Romans, and other hostile powers who were planning an invasion against the Muslims in Arabia. In context, it is a distinct response to aggression. Do you understand this bit here? You Christian Prince, and those who are listening. Well, then, in particular, the assassination of one of the Prophet's ambassadors, because you see, the Byzantine or the Romans killed the ambassador of the Prophet. Okay. But then anyway, I will just leave that to you. You can read it later in your own time. So you read here, or you guys read here. I'm going to read, but I would want you to read later. On the surface, this appears exactly what Christian Prince wants you to believe. It appears that it is an open-ended command to fight non-Muslims until they are conquered or whatever. But no, however, a fundamental principle of Quranic exegesis, tafsir, interpretation, is that the verses must be understood in the context. Do you understand, Mr. Christian Prince? Context, siyaq al-ayah, in which they were related, or we call it sabab nuzul, and in conjunction with other verses delineating the rules of warfare. Okay, so in here there's Tabari talks about it, and Mujahid reported concerning the verse 5,000. So what did he do? That it was revealed where Muhammad and his companions were commanded with the expedition of Tabuk. So expedition of Tabuk by the battle of Mu'tah, which began when the emissary of the Prophet was assassinated when he delivered a letter to the Romans. So look, I'm going to leave a link to that in here. But first, I would want to show you some other more stuff. Here's the second one. So the Quran chapter 9 verse 29 in context. In this video of yours, at some stage you said that the Romans never invaded us. Really? I mean, you need to do a little bit of research, and I want you, audience, to do a little bit of research. So this verse was revealed in regards to fighting within an existing war against an enemy political entity, namely the Byzantine Empire, which led to preparation of the expedition of Tabuk. The hostility of the group in question is mentioned in this Quranic passage itself. Anyway, what I'm trying to show in here is that Christian Prince would come up with a verse out of context without even telling you what is happening. He will just tell you, oh look, they are told in the Quran to go and kill everyone. It's like it's an absolute command to go and kill everyone. Now, you, Christian Prince, show me where it says go and kill everyone, because the way we understood it is that there was a cause of revelation, which was the hostility and the Romans killing the ambassador of the Prophet. So, and the threat that they were coming. So it is in no way an open command to kill anyone who believes not in Allah. Otherwise, there would be no Hindus in Pakistan, no Sikh in Pakistan and India and Malaysia, no Buddhists in anywhere else, no Jews, no Christians, no nobody. It would be just Muslims. And I dare you, I challenge you and anyone else, show me where the Muslims went anywhere and exterminated all the Jews or all the Christians or all those who did not believe in Allah. You show me, I dare you. And I can show you what the Crusaders did. You know what the Crusaders did. When they came to Palestine and they killed everyone. And I can even show you what your God in the Bible, when he says, go in and kill every man and woman and children and chicken and cattle and dogs and donkeys. You already know about that. I don't need to go back to that. Okay, you know it. Or do you want me to show you? I'll show you then. Here I'll show you what your God actually commanded. At least you cannot. And here is your video. This is what you're quoting. See what is in here, audience, you Christian Prince and anybody, see what is in here, and please see what is in here. As you can see, this is Joshua chapter 6 verse 29. it says, destroyed with the source. So the Lord destroyed with the sword every living thing. Every living thing. What is it? Men, women, young and old, cattle, sheep and donkeys. I mean, there is no more sadistic than this. Your God is actually saying, kill men and women, young and old, animals for God's sake, cows, sheep and donkeys. Is that what you call the God of love? And later on, I know in this video you'll be like, oh, Jesus said love, love your enemy. Are you kidding me? If this, who is talking then here? Is this not the same God that, or unless if you have a different God, you have an old God and a new God, or a younger God, or an old hating God, bloodthirsty God, whom would want to see even the cows and sheep and donkeys killed. And then in the New Testament there is a young man, a good looking man, who is saying, oh well, bless your enemies. I don't know which is. You answer it. I'll leave that with you. But at least in here, in our God did not say that. Okay. Where are we now? I'll let you continue.
If you don't do child molestation, if you don't, etc. If you are not following the Prophet, obeying him, because you are not following.
This is disgusting. If you don't do child molestation, you're disgusting. Does our religion say that? Amazing.
Following what is forbidden for Muslims to do, even if you are not a Muslim. You see?
You are lying in here. If you're not a Muslim, you are not expected to believe in Allah, the last day, and to stop eating pork and drink your wine. This is a blatant lie. You as a Christian from the Middle East actually is proof of it. You can go any one of you audience. You can go to Egypt and see. You can go to Morocco and see. You go to Lebanon. Go to Syria. Well, Syria is being destroyed by your brothers and sisters, the Christians. But anyway, I will leave that to you. But I'm just telling you, Christian Prince, you are a liar. Okay, non-Muslims are not supposed to abide by the Islamic laws.
This should be forbidden only for Muslims. Not. He say we want to attack for the sake of Allah, but in fact he is seducing his men to attack to get a blondie women. This is how.
You're lying. Okay, you are lying and cheating and deceiving people here. Whatever was being done, it was for the sake of Allah. Our messenger didn't need anything. Yeah, he himself was the poorest man ever. He would stay without food for days, and we have proofs of that. And if you need it, I can show you. But I want to move on.
How evil he is. They want to take over your country so they can take over your blonde daughter. And you know what?
Oh God.
We don't talk like those potato tomato in the Muslim videos. We show proofs and reference, and we silence them with the truth. Let us read together.
Show us, please.
This is the book of Tabari.
Okay.
And remember, this is a very Islamic Sunni website, and this is their Sunni scholar, and this is not our words.
Yes, please show me.
And this is the page number. This is volume number 14.
Okay, so I could see that.
And here the Prophet, he said.
Right, so you copied and you pasted it here on Google Translator, which is not really a good translation, I admit. But I want you to tell your audience what is going on in here. Where did you get that? The source of that hadith, where you got it from, is actually a lied one. It's not a true thing. But I will not get into that right now. I would take you somewhere else. You see, because you're telling people that we're gonna get yellow girls of the room. It's like we're attacking the Romans in Rome. What you are not telling your people is Tabuk is a city in Syria, what is right now Syria, and what has always been Syria anyway. So Syria it was and still is a colony for the Romans, the Christians at the time. Syrians were Christians at the time. The reason is this. Let's go to this one here and let's see what really happened. The thing is, the emperor decided to launch a surprise attack on the Muslims. Okay, so what he did is he prepared around 40,000 soldiers in order to attack the Muslims, because he thought that they are now a military power, so he needed to do that. Okay, was that? So if we look here, Tabuk in those times, Syria, okay, territory of Syria was called Tabuk. This is what happened. The Romans were actually attacking the Muslims in a surprising attack. But what you, Christian Prince, are doing here is you're telling them that we are invading the Romans because we want the blondie girls, when you fail to tell them that Tabuk is in Syria, and in Syria they are Arabs just like us, they look like us, they have no blondies in there. This is not Rome they are going to fight in. They are going to fight in Syria, and Syrians, they look exactly like you and I. We have brownish skin, yeah, and when they come, when they are white, they're kind of what they call, they will be brunettes, they would not be blondes. That's another thing. And by the way, we did not want to fight anything. It was a surprise attack by the Roman emperor, who was actually afraid of the Muslim power at the time. So yes, sir, I think you need to start correcting your informations and stop lying to people and deceiving them. Now, I have the proper in here, the proper hadith, and unfortunately the translation, and as you know already, the translation is really bad. It would not show it properly, but here it says, I'm going to translate, and you, Christian Prince, if I am lying on translating the proper hadith, not what you show in there, because what you show in there, that source in there is actually a lie. But not only that, what you do instead of reading at the top in here and telling them that the man who is talking here is min al munafiqeen, is one of the hypocrites living in Medina at the time. So our Prophet was only testing him and asking him to see if he would come to this battle, and testing him. But he was known, he himself here, he himself in his tribe, he says that he is a womanizer, and everyone knows him as a man who cannot resist women. He himself in here, I just cannot get it to translate the way it should be. It's very, very unfortunate, and if I translate it, I doubt you guys are going to believe it. So this whole story is this man called Jadd ibn Qais. Jadd ibn Qais is one of the hypocrite, as it shows in here, and our beloved Prophet said to him, as it shows in here, is telling him. So our Prophet was preparing with his men, preparing for the battle. So he said to him, Jadd ibn Qais akhi Bani Salama. So this man Jadd ibn Qais is from a tribe called Bani Salama, a clan of Bani Salama. He said, هل لك يا جد العام في جلاد بني الأصفر? Do you want to be part in this battle against Bani al-Asfar, the Romans or the Byzantines at the time? They were called Bani al-Asfar, the yellow people. فقال يا رسول الله, and he said, O Prophet of Allah, أو تأذن لي ولا تفتني, would you allow me to stay and not put me through trial? فوالله لقد عرفه. So here is this man, he is actually, oh no. So in here this man is saying, فوالله لقد عرف قومي ما رجل أشد عجبا بالنساء مني. He's saying, I swear to Allah that my people know that I am really obsessed with women. وإني أخشى إن رأيت نساء بني الأصفر أن لا أصبر عنهن. And verily, if I see the ladies of the yellow people, literally the yellow, or the children of the yellow people, I will not resist them. I will not be able to resist them. So the Prophet walked away from him, and he said, قد أذنت لك, meaning he's saying, I allow you to stay. So this man here was from, and as what is happening in here, he was amongst the hypocrites. Let me see if I can get this translated anywhere. I hope it will translate. I was going to go somewhere else, but I found this bit here. I want you to have a look at it. It's just that these points have been brought up. So the war is the battle of Tabuk was going to be in Syria, so there will be no blondie women. That's one thing. Second thing, I just don't understand how are they going to be in there, these blondie women. How are they going to be there? I doubt there was any women soldiers going out there to be actually taken. It does not make any sense. And then if anyone if anyone has any proof, then please show it to us. And then this whole thing, I don't know if it is going to make any sense to you. Do you actually believe that around 10,000 men actually got their horses and camels and all their military weaponry and spent thousands and thousands of gold pieces or dinar at the time, only to go and get women, these blondie women? Are you kidding me? Travel from Saudi Arabia all the way down to Tabuk, to Syria, with 10,000 men, only to get blondie women? Nobody will follow him to war, if that's what he said, because this is a war. People are going to get killed, whether from both sides. Do you honestly believe that 10,000 men will spend so much money, time and effort, and travel all the way from Medina, which is in Saudi Arabia, in the heat, in the cold, and all the way down to Syria, only to get blondie women? Do you, Mr. Christian Prince, honestly believe that? Are you kidding me? Do you think anyone would do that? 10,000 men will go and get ready only for that? I mean, respect the intelligence of your audience. Forget about me. So I know you would say anything you want. I actually do not believe that any man would take up arms and go thousands and thousands of miles only to get some blondie woman. If you would do that, that's another story, because you have a twisted mind. But I wouldn't do, and the people of the time would not have done such a thing. I want Christian Prince to read and translate to the people, because you see, this this page here is actually debating or discussing this thing here, this bit that he is talking about. So if you don't mind to tell people what is being said in here. There are two narrators in the chain of narration in there. That it says that it is a weak, it is mursal in here, it is weak in here, somewhere else where it is weak too. Now I will see if I can translate this. I could translate it before, I don't know why I can't do it now. Translate this page, translate to English. I hope you're watching, right? So here we have it in English. Let's see if we can find that. Because translation, Google Translation is really not good, and many people actually are complaining from it. There's nothing I can do. Where am I going to find that thing? But witness the following special singer Let me find it first, just so you would know that there was at the time of that hadith there being narrated, it was actually said by some of the hypocrites, said it is for you to marry women. I don't know where they got it from. They said it, but our beloved Prophet never talked about the women as Mr. Christian Prince is implying here and wants you to believe. But I will get you that piece anyway. So this bit here, blah 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 blah, read all that, guys. It is Abu Shayba Ibrahim Uthman is weak, I said, and the destruction of the destruction, and this is of him, in contrast to his habit and the demolition it start to adopt. The translation of Google here is really, really bad, and I could not find any. But anyway, the hadith that it has been where it's spoken about to marry the woman of the Bani al-Asfar, of the yellow girls, here is actually classified by Muslim scholars that it is not an authentic hadith, and it is weak, and there are at least two of the narrators whom are not trustworthy. If you read out here, and he said that Ahmad JB, I don't know, these are pages, and if Majid in the Fitna 25, and this is the graduation is not valid for this hadith at all. The graduation, meaning the degree or the grade of the hadith, has been categorized as not valid. So I'm gonna try to find towards the end. And Ibn Mardawi, he then said, the hadith narrated by Ibn Mardawi from the hadith of Aisha is also weak. Okay. It seems that his reference to Jabir is not attributed to the son of Abu Hatim, because it is not, as I saw the vagueness, okay, of this hadith. Apologies, but this is the best you can get in translation, and this is exactly what Christian Prince does. He actually would deceive you with this. He would go to only one source and show you that, and would never read the rest. He would not read the whole thing in here. Remember, the man who is being the whole story is about our Prophet when he was preparing for this battle, and I already showed you that the Romans, or the Roman emperor, when he saw and heard about the Muslim getting bigger and more powerful, he actually attempted a surprise attack. So our beloved Prophet got the news and he started preparing. And when this hypocrite was going around, our beloved Prophet asked him, would you join us in this? And then the hypocrite, who said, I am a womanizer and everyone knows me in here, and if I see the yellow woman I will be all over the place. So it is not our beloved Prophet. Yet your beloved Christian Prince would come and show something else, and unfortunately for him, I am here and I can get you more than one source into that. Let's
audience, be careful. Muhammad is a terrorist.
Yes.
And at the same time telling them what? Go and love your neighbors. Go and love Muslims. What kind of love is that? To insult my Muslim?
You see, if you love me, you don't say Muhammad is a terrorist, you lie. You say Muhammad was a good guy, and then it's okay. What kind of love is that, huh?
Christian Prince, I think you're mixed up in your head and you're mixing things up. Nobody is asking you to say anything about Muhammad. You're free to say whatever you want, whether it is good or bad. It is up to you. All we are saying, yes, love each other and respect each other and respect each other's belief. So I have no problem in you not loving my Prophet, not loving my religion in all and like in wholesale. I don't care, to be honest, but I have no problem as long as you show some respect and you don't go around like here in your videos, lie to people and bring some material from here and there. Okay, do I come in Christmas time and tell you guys you're celebrating the birthday of your God? Though it's very nonsensical to me, because God is eternal, was not born at some stage and died as another one. We do not come at Easter and tell you, well, your God died on this day. No, all we're trying to say is, yes, we have the differences, but we do not go calling each other names. Our beloved Prophet, I know you describe him as a terrorist. Show us and I will just refute you, but stop going around and round lying to people. Okay, I'll let you go back to it.
You have to lie to me in order to accept you. You have to lie to me to say my Prophet is a good guy, and then I will believe you that you love me.
But who is asking you to lie or to do anything? I'm not asking you to tell me, oh yeah, your Prophet is a good guy. Keep it to yourself. I really don't care, and I don't want to know your opinion. Keep it. You don't like him, don't like him. I don't like the cross. I don't like the statue of Jesus. I don't like the statue of Mary. I don't like the statues of the saints. I don't like the whole cross thing everywhere you look, everywhere you. But I respect that. If it is your belief, then so be it. That does not stop me. If there is an opportunity to speak to you and say, this is Islam, I will tell you. There's no problem with that. But I will tell you in a civilized way. And the Quran actually says that, call to the way of your Lord with wisdom and counsel, and argue with them in the way that is best. And you know it. You know what the Quran says. ادعو إلى سبيل ربك بالحكمة والموعظة الحسنة وجادلهم بالتي هي أحسن. So that is what Islam says. Yes, respect them, respect their belief. You call them to your belief. If they accept, okay, fine. Call them in with wisdom and with counsel. You tell them, look, guys, you have the wrong belief. You are worshipping a man who was born on the 25th of December and died at some stage in Easter. So this is what we say. But you are putting words in our mouth. We're not asking you to say, oh, your prophet was a good man. We're not asking you to do that. As long as you do not put words in our mouth, as long as you do not lie and cheat, fine, go for it.
So what he's saying to you, if you don't like our prophet, it means you hate us and we hate you. There is a condition Muslims they have on you in order to prove your love to them, is to love Muhammad and to convert to Islam, and then you can say I love you. Because in order of Quraysh to
where is that? Where is that condition, sir? Please show us. Show us this condition that you have to believe in what we believe in all that. No, sir, we don't like you. We don't even want you around into our belief. If you don't want it, so be it. I honestly don't care, and I am sure no other Muslim cares. So stop lying to people. Let's continue. It's just getting long and long, and I already it's 47 minutes now, and I'm only at your 8 minutes and 52 seconds.
Can you show me one verse in your religion says love those who are not Muslims?
Christian Prince, you were saying that you have to love my prophet and become Muslim in order to believe you, and then we'll have to force you. No, sir, you can read here in Quran chapter 2 verse 256. There is no compulsion where the religion is concerned. And there is the other verse in here, so I need you to read it. God does not forbid you from being good to those who have not fought you in the religion or driven you from your homes, or from being just towards them. God loves those who are just. So this is actually chapter 60 verse 8. God is telling you here that you have to be just. Okay, the Arabic says an tabarruhum wa tuqsitu ilayhim. Tabarruhum means to be extremely kind to them, and tuqsituhum means just. As we all know, the translation is usually not what you would want, but let's try. So here's the other bit, in a better translation than the one we were looking at. What happened here is the verse is explained better. So to be righteous towards them, and to be justly toward them, and acting justly toward them. The Arabic word here means tabarruhum. The English translation is what you can see now, is to be kindly, to deal with them kindly. the word bir is actually, in a better translation, the right translation is to be extremely kind. And in Islam, these two words, this one word here, bir, is actually used only in two instances. The first one is for your parents, okay, to be extremely kind to your parents. And the second one in here in the Quran, well, I'm talking about the Quran, these two instances is for the people of the book who do not fight with you. Oh, sorry, I'm showing you the Arabic. Who do not fight you because of your religion, and they do not expel you from your homes. So as long as the people, the non-Muslims, are not invading us or fighting us to turn us from Islam to something else, then Allah is not actually forbidding us from being righteous toward them and from acting justly toward them. And then Allah loves those who act justly. So that's it there for you, Christian Prince. Thought I would show you this, Christian Prince and audience. So Quran chapter 4 verse 1, it says, O mankind, fear your Lord who created you from one soul and created it from. So our beloved Prophet, here it is narrated that he said, لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يحب لأخيه أو قال لجاره ما يحب لنفسه. None of you has faith until he loves for his brother or his neighbor what he loves for himself. It's Sahih in Bukhari. So what we learn from here is very actually inspiring to me. Because when the hadith is talking here, our Prophet is talking in this hadith here, it says his brother. It does not say his brother Muslim. It says his brother in humanity, and it is actually explained by our scholars, brother in humanity or neighbor. So your neighbor could be Muslim, could be Christian, could be a Jew, could be non-religious, could be anything. So you will not have faith. Whoever shows no love towards his brother in humanity and his neighbor, then will not have any faith. Christian Prince, you were boasting about Jesus saying to Nabil Qureshi, may he rest in peace, that Jesus said, love your enemy. Here Paul is saying to the Corinthians in the 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 13 to 15, do not be yoked together with unbelievers. All that. So, or what does a believer have in common with an unbeliever? Here again, Paul is talking here. Bible Gateway, 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 11. As you can see, I'm not going to read that. So, but now I am writing to you that you must not associate with anyone who claims to be a brother or a sister but is sexually immoral or greedy. Christian actually are always, all of them, there is not a single Catholic or Christian is actually sexually immoral. I know some born again Christians, and they have girlfriends and they're sleeping with them without marriage. They'll come to me, both of them, and say, well, we're born again, yet they are committing sexual immorality. It's just, and they slander and they drink until I don't know what, and then they're swindlers. So Paul in here is saying to you, don't even eat with these people, the unbelievers. Don't even eat with them, let alone anything. It's crazy. Here's another one, and you know what this book is and all that. But if you do warn the wicked person to turn from their ways, and they do not do so, they will die for their sins, though you yourself will be saved. Okay, an unbeliever, all this is being said about them in the Bible. Here's another one, Christian Prince. You can see, I'm not going to read that for you, you can read it for yourself. So it reads, we saw in the previous verse from Paul in Corinthians that he said to them, do not associate with people who commit sexual immorality, which is prevalent in your society, sir. And now he's saying, but now I am writing to you that you must not associate with anyone who claims to be a brother or a sister, but is sexually immoral or greedy or an idolater or slanderer, a drunkard or swindler. Do not even eat with such people. What business do you have with them? So it's not only the Quran telling us not to associate with these people, it's even your book, whether it's Old or New Testament, it's exactly the same thing. Now what we are trying to say in here is, if you tell me who is your friend, I'll tell you who you are. But that does not mean that you being friend, this man, the swindler, those, you cannot be nice to them and respect them as a human being. No, of course you have to. But you don't have to be like very close friends, because they will take you where they are. That is what the whole thing is about.
To show us one statement of his prophet saying love, huh?
Well, I already gave that. I already showed the hadith from, or the statement from our beloved prophet saying that you will not have faith until you love for your brother what you love for yourself. And when he was saying in here, brother, that it is the absolute sense of the word brotherhood in humanity. And if you have anything against us, please bring it over.
I can show you in my Bible where Jesus, he said to Nabil Qurashi, love you, because she is not a, she's not a believer, she's a Muslim.
I just heard him saying that, and I can't believe it. What he's saying is the mother of Aisha bringing her
so
a gift.
Muhammad, because now he will receive a gift, he said it's okay to deal with them nice,
I'm trying to get to that, folks.
I challenge this Abdul to show us one story where the mother of Aisha, she came to give gifts. Aisha, she was worried if she can take a gift from her mother, because she is not a, she's not a believer, she's a Muslim.
Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? Stop lying. The mother of Aisha was not a Muslim. She's a monk. Like, a mother of Aisha. Who is the mother of Aisha? Let me teach you a lesson in Islamic literature and genealogy of the companions. Aisha is the daughter of Abu Bakr. Yeah, and he was among the very first people who believed in Islam and the prophethood of the Prophet. His wife too. So Aisha was born into a Muslim family, sir. Let me check. Christian Prince, I am not bringing from anywhere. This is Wikipedia. Talk about Abu Bakr. So he is commonly regarded as the fourth person to have accepted Islam. Well, of course, after his wife Khadija, Ali ibn Abi Talib, and Zayd ibn Harith, who was the adoptive son of our Prophet. So he was the fourth person to be a Muslim. So you coming in here and deceiving people, telling them that Aisha could not accept the gift from her mother because she was not a Muslim is actually a lie.
Aisha, she was worried if she can take a gift from her mother, because she is not a, she's not a believer, she's a Muslim. So
I cannot get over this. I just cannot get over all these lies of yours. Aisha is the daughter of Abu Bakr and his wife Rumman, and they were the very first companions of our beloved Prophet. They entered Islam at the very first year. Now, you are talking about the Aisha who married our beloved Prophet like 14 years later. Yeah, though I'm not going to get into this is another topic. But Aisha was the daughter of two Muslims. Her mother was like, at the time you're talking about, you saying like the mother of Aisha brought a gift, and she was wondering if she could accept the gift from her non-Muslim mother. Is a lie, sir. It is a lie.
So Muhammad, because now he will receive a gift, he said, it's okay to deal with them nice, as long as she will give you a gift. But a Muslim, he cannot give a gift for none of.
Christian Prince, you were laughing so much here and talking about gifts. Did you know that we as Muslims, it's me who is talking here, we, or a group of Muslims, are actually feeding the homeless and clothing them and looking after them, who are not Muslims here in the West. Yeah, so we look after them all year round. If you do not believe that, I could show you. So Christian Prince, this is my page here. This group here is this charity, this organization was founded by me, and we actually feed the homeless, as you can see. Well, this is me here, this is Hisham, and this is Stephen, who is a Muslim. We call him Omar. So if you want to see, just find one community Cork and you will see what we do, what we achieved in here. I am sure that you will find it hard to believe, you and your friends. As you can see here, two Muslim sisters, and these are homeless here, and they come and have food, as you can see in here. There's some videos where you can see what we do. So here.
Hello everyone, Saturday night, as you can see,
this is me
we
talking.
are ready. They got all sort of good stuff. Getting them there already.
This is me taking the video. So yes, sir, we can gift, we can share our food with non-believers, is no problem. The only time that we're not supposed to give them gift is when they celebrate those festivities, those religious festivities that go against Islam, like the birthday of their God or the death of their God. We do not believe that God was born or died. That's all. At that time, we did actually this last Christmas, before the day of Christmas and after the day of Christmas, we looked after everyone. But the day of Christmas, we just do not give them any gifts and say, oh, happy Christmas, because that would be like I am saying, oh yeah, happy birthday God. Okay.
Level of communication.
Is that the rice curry? Yeah.
The people who are eating here are all non-Muslims, by the way. So as you can see.
Hello everyone, there is a full bag there, the red one. And that's it, so the group are now be informed in order to go and deliver to those who cannot come down to us.
So we go around night time. This happens, we do it every Friday, Saturday and Sunday night. Okay, cold or not, we're out there you can find here where we took actually homeless whom are Christians. We took them when there was snow. We took them to the mosque, into the masjid, and we put them when the church did not open its doors for those homeless in time of cold, freezing cold. We took them to the mosque. Okay, we gave them everything they needed. We fed them, we gave them clothes, we gave them blankets. We actually kept them in masjid for at least 5 or 6 days until the snow melted. Okay, and not one single church opened their door for them. So yes, sir, we do take care of non-Muslims, and we feed them and we gift them. We go and collect clothes for them, and we take care of them. So stop lying and deceiving people, and stop your fear and hate mongering. You are not doing anything good in here. All you're trying to do here is just to get people to hate each other and fight each other. If you were a follower of your God, or the one you call God of love, you would be spreading love exactly the way we do in here. So if you can follow this is me talking here, this is me writing in here. I always say love one another. Look in every single one post of mine, you will find love one another. Okay, go through it, see it. Love one another. That's another one. Love one another in each and every post I post. Love one another. Okay, it's a little bit slow here, but anyway, I'm not going to be showing you the full page. Just go and check it yourself. Okay, love one another. The only places where I don't put one love is when we are having fun. So this is me. This is me and my brothers in here, Hisham and Stephen. We're having fun, so we'll leave it. Okay, we're going back to yours to see what's going on.
Islamic scholar in Egypt, his name Ahmed Tayyib. He is the Sheikh of Al-Azhar University. He is saying there, this is the title, and this is the very famous news in a newspaper in Egypt. It's called Al-Yawm Al-Sabi'. It says Al-Azhar, the Azhar, which has been the highest scholarship center in the world for Muslims in Egypt, refused to call Daesh or ISIS kuffar. And he said there is no way to call a believer, a disbeliever, whatever his sin is. I can copy right now the text as it is, and I will take it to Google translation, because we have no other choice except doing this for those who don't speak. Let's copy in the link with it. Azhar refused to consider Daesh.
By the way, I am not letting you have fun here watching him doing this. I wanted you to see what he did, and then I will show you the deception and the lie that he did. Okay, so I'll let you see.
Kuffar, then the word is not really coming correctly. Anyway, so it says
I agree with you, Google is not the best of translation, but I will just let you finish.
Clearly, there is no way to consider Daesh or ISIS as kuffar.
Now, this is where you're lying, sir. What you did is, yes, I have it here, right here. Here is the article that he showed us in here. This is the Yawm Sabi'. This is the website of, like, what he calls the biggest whatever institution in the Islamic world. This is the title that he copied, but then that's all he did. He didn't want to go anywhere near here and read what is being happening. I'm going to explain to you what happened, and hopefully the translation will show that what happened here is the media actually said what is being said in here, but then it is explained down below that this never happened, and the media said that, but here is the Azhar is actually refuting the media and telling them it was a lie. First of all, the one The one who actually said that word was a man called Sheikh Ibrahim al-Hassini, Mufti Nigeria. He is the man, the highest eminence in religions rulings in Nigeria. He is the one. He is reported to have said that in the Azhar, that they are, that ISIS is not Muslim and they are kuffar. They are not regarded as Muslim. But then it is refuted by the Azhar itself, which is in Egypt. That there was here. Let me see if I will just copy this, and hopefully I will get a good thing, a good translation. So here's a translation bit. I'm gonna paste that bit. I just want to see, do you guys see what I copied? It's this Ashar Bayan Sad. Even if you're not Arabic, you can see what's being said in here. I got it from here, Ashar Bayan Sad, this bit here. So I'll take you back to this here and say the statement issued by Al-Azhar al-Sharif that these words did not respond explicitly and not a hint in the words of Sheikh Hussein, the man whom he showed in his video in here he's talking about. So the video shows that his name is Hussein, this man. All that said, innovators who have done the act of extremism, they have done all the colors of corruption, extremists calling in the absence of their claim to the Islamic Caliphate, and they spread the corruption and hurting the symptoms and killed the souls, and then ended to the atonement of the nation. And the translation is really bad, but I'm going to continue. And the harabi mean the fighting, the innocent. They are more than the heresy of the Khawarij. The Khawarij are some people who left Islam in the beginning, so leave that. And the killing of the Muslim and the Muslims disbelievers, and they killed Muslims. They sentenced themselves to disbelieve in their action, meaning these ISIS people are actually, they sentence themselves to disbelieve that they are kuffar. Okay, it is not going to be. Let me just see what will come out of this bit here, because it's, I know they what you call it, the Google Translation is not the best anyway. So Al-Azhar Sharif issued a statement in which he denied the statement made by some electronic media to some of the words cut off by Sheikh Ibrahim Saleh Al-Husseini, the Mufti of Nigeria, from his speech at the Al-Azhar. So what happened here is it was cut off from the speech. It was just cut off that the ISIS are not kuffar. It actually, the article is all about that. Okay, the article is all about that that ISIS are not Muslim. They do not represent Islam. Let me read. وأوضح البيان صدرا أزهر الشريف أن كل من في مؤتمر العلماء يعلمون يقينا أنهم لا يستطيعون أن يحكموا على مؤمن بالكفر مما بلغته يزهون من مقر العقيدة الإسلامية أنه لا يخرج من مدلي. وأشار البيان الصادر عن أزهر الشريف إلى أن المؤتمر الأساسي انعقد لمواجهة فكرة تكفير الآخر وإخراجه من الملة، مشير إلى أنه I need to find a good translation here.
Muslims, this is again about the judgment day, and the Muslims, they believe in the same. They believe that Jesus will come in the judgment day, but they have a very stupid mission according to Islam.
Mr. Christian Prince, you like to be funny, and your sarcasm is not appreciated in here. If only you could stick to the subject. You went out and you got a hadith that talks about the second coming of Jesus, and you're saying he's God. First of all, we do not regard Jesus as God. Remember, we do not regard Jesus as God. he will be a ruler. Though the Arabic side says he will be hakaman muqsitan, he will be a judge, but he will be a Muslim. He will not even be a prophet. He will be a ruler, but not a prophet. And your sarcasm says that, oh, Jesus is going to be going around and killing pigs. Sir, you are an Arab. You should be at least be faithful to your language, to your mother tongue. It does not say that Jesus is going to be running around looking for pigs to kill them. It is just a ruling that he will issue, and then the pig will not be eaten, because he as a Jew and us as Muslims don't eat pig. You Christian, listen to Paul. Fine, you can eat your pig. I have no problem with that, because you're eating it. I am not eating it. You're eating it. He will actually break the cross, because he will, this is an Islamic belief as well. He did not die on the cross, so he will break the cross. It is you who believe that he will come back as a God, and he will glorify your belief. That is something else. That is not to me, not to you to judge. We leave it to God. Okay, I hope you can move on. You're saying what?
How come you yourself, I heard you before saying, show me one verse in the Bible says that Jesus is God?
Well, I showed you many verses say that Jesus is not God, and you cannot find one verse where he said, I am God. I know what you're going to do. This is what you're
going to do. Well, here we go. You are quoting from the same book, saying clearly that Jesus is our Lord.
You are quoting from the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation is actually a book of dreams that John had. It's not even a revelation. I don't know why you guys turn it from the... Why don't you just call it what it is? Call a spade a spade. Why do you call it Revelation? Call it the book of dreams. But anyway, let's see what you got.
Let us read together.
Let's read.
And this is where you get, Muslims getting their idea about Jesus. He will rule the earth.
Not at all. We don't have any idea that he would rule the earth as what you believe it, you yourself, as kings of the kings and lord of the lord. Whatever, even if you want to say king of the kings, fine. The kings of this earth, fine. It does not matter to us. The lord of the lord, what? Which kind of lords is that? What do you mean by the lord of the lords? Please tell us.
Read it.
I read it. I read the whole Bible, sir. Don't show me what I know already. None of these bits actually show anything that Jesus is God. All that is showing is that whoever this guy is, there is a sword coming out of his mouth. I don't know. This is a dream, definitely a dream. What you're saying that Jesus will come back here? What is he going to be looking like? What, a dragon or something? And there's a sharp sword coming out of his mouth? What's going on here? But anyway, I'll just leave it. I'll let you talk.
And armies which were in heaven flowed with him, upon white horses, clothed with linen white and clean.
Oh yeah. So there will be armies coming down with horses as well. Okay. I think you've been watching the Avatar a lot. Anyway, I'll leave. I don't want to give you any of my comment. I'll let you talk.
And out of his mouth, etc., etc., etc. And he.
Why did you not read it? Out of his mouth comes a sharp sword. Why were you saying etc., etc.? Because it did not make any sense to you, of course. Deep down in your heart, and you, Jerry, as well, and whoever is listening as a Christian, you know that the book of Revelation are only someone dreaming, having some dreams, and this bit here does not make any sense.
He will be called the King of Kings, the Lord of...
He's going to be called, yeah? Really? Are you not reading? He will have on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, which is King and Lord. He will have these things
Lord.
written on
And
his
here
clothes.
we see a same hadith saying Jesus will rule the whole earth.
Really?
Read it. This is where Muhammad has told the story from.
Muhammad is telling the story. Look at, if you guys read, look, just for fairness sake, okay, don't take my word. You guys please read and see the difference between what our beloved prophet is saying and what the book of Revelation is saying. Ours is very, very simple and strict and makes sense. What the book of Revelation is saying and what the deceiver Christian Prince is saying is fantasy, is science fiction. I'll let you talk, CP.
Jesus in the fight them, Allah punished them by your hands.
So I jumped, it's not you, but you brought another verse and it says fight them and all that. Do you remember me showing you what Joshua did by order of the Lord in Jericho and the Canaanite and all that? Yeah, of course. God punishes a nation with another nation, punishes people with other people, unless if you want him himself to come down here on earth and punish someone, the disbelievers. That is more like your stuff, yeah, because you guys actually do believe in that. Because you as a Christian, you do believe that God can come down here as a human being and will punish people. But no, sir, please open your mind and open your heart. It does not work like that. When there is a nation, and it is stated in the Bible, in the Old Testament, so many times. So, Christian Prince, let me just show you something. Do you know that that God actually allowed the Assyrians to actually take the Israelite captive? So when God allowed the Israelite to be captured by the Assyrians, so this is the way God punishes nations and punishes people by people. So unless if you are still at your deception and trying to hide the Bible and attack the Quran, it is just very cheap tactics. This is a very cheap way to actually criticize a book and leave the other book. We have ways in the Quran that talks about punishment, and it is exactly in the Bible. I just don't understand why is it that you guys always put the Bible somewhere and hide it, leave it there, away from sites, and go and jump to Quran. So they were captive, they were taken away, and you can read here. This is amazing Bible thing timeline with, and you can check a lot. There are a lot of other things, so I need you to check yourself. So I want to move on because it's just getting ridiculous, so I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Let me show you actually a reference. Hold on.
What reference? Again, yes, we know that this is from the book of Revelation, and you were saying that the other verse that Mr. Wael Ibrahim brought is from the book of Revelation. Yes, sir, but can you prove that what was it, that Luke chapter 19 verse 27 is talking about the day of judgment? You can't prove it. I challenged many Christians in here, unless if you will find something that I could not find, because I've seen it. I read the whole alright, Mr. Christian Prince audience, this is Bible Gateway, Luke chapter 19. Here it is all talking about what is happening now, and then we get to, I'll take you straight there. Where's the verse? He replied, I tell you that to everyone who has more will be given, But as for the one who has nothing, even what they have will be taken away. For those enemies of mine who did not want me to be king over them, bring them here and kill them in front of me. I don't know what you think that is, but that's what Jesus is saying, so I'll leave it to you. What's next now? Your next point here is you're saying that the Romans did not attack us, and I showed in the previous quote that not quote in a website, and I explained it in details that the emperor of Rome actually was afraid, and he attempted a surprise attack. Then what you did in here is you came and you want to show people that Muslims don't accept any even a peace treaty. You are actually shooting yourself in the foot, sir. You are busting yourself. It is very funny that the hadith in here, it says, I heard the Prophet say, the Romans will enter into a peace treaty with you, and now you are one team, and what is going to happen? Then you and they as one team will fight one another as enemies later, and you will be victorious. Okay, you will collect the spoils of war and the save. Then you will come and then you will come back until you stop in a meadow with blah 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 hillocks. A man from among the people will do that, whatever they will be happening, and then you will be victorious over them. It is a little bit funny, as you were reading in there, I was paying attention to the Arabic side, and it is totally the opposite. So I went and I'm looking for the source of this. It's just funny because the Arabic here says you will have a peace treaty with the Romans, then you will go to battle together an enemy, one. You will battle another enemy, not one another as enemies together. No, you will be antum wa hum aduwan tasiruna. So it's a little bit funny in the translation. Still does not make any sense, because if they were fighting here as enemies, then what are they going together here? And then they get to this Hilgog, a man from among the people of the cross will raise the cross and will say the cross has prevailed. Then a man from the Muslims become angry, and that does not make any sense. It's contradicting itself, because the Arabic is saying something else. They were in a peace treaty, they fought against an enemy, and when they got somewhere in one of these hills, one of the Christians, of course you will always find someone who actually comes out of the team and starts boasting, oh, the cross, we actually won. So the Muslims say, what? How could you win? And then then they will break the treaty. It's not there. It's not us, because we did not break the treaty. It says that they broke the treaty, and then there will be a fierce battle. Look in here, this hadith, and what he's highlighted, and the rest is this bit here contradicts this bit. So I don't understand where you're getting this stuff. And I looked for this hadith and I still cannot find it. I will look for it. It's a little bit fishy. I don't know where you get these things. Here I got what you cheater, liar, deceiver are showing to people in here. I still want to know what is this, where you got this from, because this, what I got, is actually the stuff that are here, and here is what you brought. ستصالحون الروم صلحا آمنا فتغزون أنتم وهم عدوا. Okay, there's no point in me reading Arabic for you because you don't. But here's the English. You will make a secure peace with the Romans. then you and they will fight an enemy behind you. So the Romans and the Muslims here are together fighting another enemy. There's a third enemy who's behind you, and you will be victorious. Take booty and be safe, and you will then return and alight in a meadow with mounds, and one of the Christians will raise the cross and say, oh, the cross has conquered. One of the Muslims will become angry and smash it. And then the Romans will act treacherously and prepare for the battle. That's it. I just don't understand where you get in this from. It is very, very funny. Let us move on. I want to see the rest.
But peace be upon him, without giving the right context, the historical background of how and why and where were these verses revealed.
Notice, he's giving you a speech about how not to take things out of context, but he never give you one proof. Okay.
Unethical.
It is a speech, sir. What do you mean?
One proof. Not even. Let's continue.
In a blazing fire? How about that, Nabil? Why don't you teach these verses to
Yeah, why not?
Why don't you just focus on Christianity and the Bible, since you are now a Christian, instead of trying to educate us about our own religion?
Yeah.
My brothers and sisters and everyone who's watching, picking verses from the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, without giving...
Okay, I don't know what happened, whether it is mine or his. I think it was his bit here. So, okay, I better stop there.
He's giving you a speech about how not to take things out of context, but he never give you one proof.
Sir, what is wrong with you? It is a speech.
Not even one answer. It's a speech.
It is a speech. Yes. It's a short video. Look at it. You know it. It's only 5 minutes. It's not like you do 2, 3, 4 hours speech or video. He's only talking. He is not in a place where to give you stuff. And the following one is funny. I know you're gonna talk about something.
Okay.
Unethical to quote a verse or to quote a narration of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and point your finger and say, here it is, Muhammad is a terrorist, Muhammad is the one who is encouraging ISIS.
Question is, did the Quran mention terrorism? As long as we are talking about Muhammad the terrorist.
So, do you really want to go down that way? Do you want me to go to the Bible and show you all the terrorism that's in it? I know you're going to bring a verse, the Arabic word that says ru'b, that put terror in their hearts. Are you referring to these battles where the pagans and non-believers will come by 10,000 and the Muslims are like less than 1,000? Is that what you're referring to? Yes, of course. Of course, those Muslims definitely needed someone to help them, and that help would come from the Almighty God. I don't know what is your problem with that, but I'll let you go on.
Now he will say, we are taking things out of context, right? You can read the 10 verses before and 10 verses after.
Where are the 10 verses before and 10 verses after? Why don't you show us? Why are you chickening out of it? Why don't you show people 10 verses before and 10 verses after? Yeah? What is the context? Of course, you always need to show the context.
Chapter 3, verse 151. Here we go. We shall install terror in the heart of the disbeliever. I'm not the one saying that.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, just like I showed you earlier, when God wants to punish a people, He will bring others to punish them. He does not come down and take the sword like you have it in the Old Testament. And if you want, I can show you that. I just don't know whether you want to hear it or not, because I've shown this many times, and I'm really tired from it.
in your heart. Terrorism is the way and the act of Islam to
Well, Christian Prince, you went out and got you. I think you finished with the verse, and you went out to the hadith. Now you brought a hadith and probably saying something, and he's saying, I've been given 5 things. One of them is that people will be scared of me a month away, a month trip away. Yes, exactly, sir. That's exactly what happened with the Emperor Roman, the Roman Emperor, where he was actually so scared of the Prophet Muhammad and his people that how far is Medina and Rome? Medina in Saudi Arabia and Rome. You tell us. And your emperor, your Roman emperor, was actually scared. Yeah, he was scared.
What have been given? 5 things. What is the 5 things Muhammad given? Is it wisdom? No. Let us see what Muhammad he was given. The first thing Muhammad he said, Allah made me victorious by we frighten the enemies. Actually, the word in Arabic is terror, by terror, false translation. Nusirtu bil-rab. Here we go.
Yeah, frightening and terrorism and terror are totally different things. But what you do is you want to play on the Arabic word rab. It's it's very funny. The word frightening, to frighten someone, is just like having terror in their heart. But anyway, yes, sir, people are actually going to be afraid at the time, and it was said and done that the Emperor of Rome was afraid. Like, there was the distance between Medina, Saudi Arabia, and Rome in Italy would take about a month walking, and I don't know how long by a ship might take probably 2 weeks or anything. But yes, it happened.
From a distance of 1 month by terror, 1 month far away from my enemy. Question: is it because
Well, you asked the question, I'm answering it. It is because the Muslims at the time, because now they're chicken, just like me. The Muslims at the time were not afraid of the enemy. They were very, very courageous. Okay? And I already gave you the example that the Emperor of Rome actually conquered the whole world, or almost the whole world. And our beloved Prophet was what? With the Muslims, there were not many. Yet they were actually afraid, and they even gathered thousands upon thousands of soldiers and came to show, came to actually carry out a secret attack. So yes, that's exactly what it is, sir. Well, you see, something that you always neglect, and that's because you're a liar and a deceiver and a cheater, that when there is an army marching on you, or there is an army actually threatening to come and attack you or invade you, it's only normal that you are frightened, sir. That's exactly what the Crusades were doing, and it's exactly what the US military and the Allies and the NATO are doing. It's only normal. It does terrorize, and unless you have not seen the Iraqi invasion, or the US and the Allies and the NATO invading Iraq, then you still don't know what terror is. You only know what you are told about Muslims, because if you check what your friends and brothers in Christ are doing, and you will understand what a military power means in the other people's heart. It is frightening, sir. It is frightening. You just say this is what happened for the. Let's see if
ISIS and Muslims, they know how important it is to terrify you. That is terror. Even though
you just say it, or you don't. Okay, you just say that that's what ISIS is doing in Syria, in these little villages. Why didn't you mention that these little villages are inhabited by Muslims, and these ISIS people whom were actually created and trained and funded by the Americans are actually the terrorists, the true terrorists. Let's see. Christian Prince and the audience, I just typed who created ISIS on Google, and then here if you check how ISIS has been founded, ISIS history, US created ISIS, and its war on the terrorists is a lie. Yeah, of course you will find that, but let's see what CNN is saying. So Christian Prince here, this is a global research. Much like Al-Qaeda, the Islamic State ISIS is made in the USA, an instrument of terror designed to divide and conquer the oil-rich Middle East and to counter Iran's growing influence in the region. The fact that, and you can read, look, anyway, I don't want to be reading, I'm getting tired now. First, aligned itself with extremist Islam during the Cold War era. Look, you can find that. You just have to type who created in Google who created ISIS, and you will find a lot of it, or a lot about it in here. Here's another one. You can read in your own time. Okay, I'm not going to read this, but there's one thing. If I could go back to the other link, I was just hoping you would actually see this photo in here. In this picture in here, it shows that they have a caravan of pickup trucks, or vans. It is amazing that, because when ISIS started, I know you guys did not follow because you have no interest, but if you check it, this ISIS group was nothing, nobody. They were like few people, then they turned into 50, 100 and 200, and they started growing. And is where were they getting all these vans from? Oh, they had trucks, they had tanks, they have weapons. It's like, where are they getting them from? And it was actually later on exposed that it was the CIA funding them, training them, giving them intelligence, and helping them get away. So you do some research, and if you want to be fair, at least be fair with this one here. It's really ridiculous for anyone to think that ISIS is Islamic. I can do a whole research and show it to you guys. I just don't have time now. You went out again and you brought something here and says by putting a rope to her 2 legs and two camels. You're talking about the story of this woman who has been killed, Karfa. What you are showing in here, how does that relate to our prophet? You said that our prophet did this. So say
this is a torture. This is not a punishment of death. Is that a terror or not?
Yeah.
Very bad way.
Who?
By putting women 2 parts when she is alive. Her name is Korfa. Let me show it to you in English.
Do please.
I was looking for
What happened again?
yourself. This is the story of Korfa. He killed her in a very cruelly way.
Who killed her? Who? Because you're talking about our prophet. Did our prophet kill her? Here, audience, I am not going to waste time on this. I want you to read in here and tell us where did our prophet kill this woman and who killed this woman. I'll leave it with him, because this liar and this deceiver here would use anything in order to demonize our beloved prophet. I will leave it to you guys. I will not even look into it because it's ridiculous. It's too low, too cheap. I will just leave it off. Where is he? Yeah, he's still there. Now, this is what he did. He brought this. That this man here was his name is Antoine Hanna Khayaran. So he's saying that the Muslims did it to him, and he goes so low. He say, "Oh, do you see this kid here? He's so happy. Are you kidding me? Okay, how about this kid? 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 How about that? Are they happy? Oh, just because this guy here is on a photo, he smiled. And how do we know? Show us. Why don't you show us the whole article? Show us the source. Where did you get this photo from? Huh? Tell us. This is from 2007, okay? But show us the link to it. Why don't you show us the link to it? Are you afraid? Huh? That this man has been asked to come to Islam, and if not, then he was killed, and that the nails in his eyes and stuff like that. Why are you lying? Why are you lying to people? Because if this guy has been treated like this because of what you are alleging, then what about all the Christians in Lebanon? And because his name is Antoine, so he has to be either Egyptian or Lebanese. So tell me, what about the others? Did this happen to anyone else? Why don't you show us a link to it? Because I believe it is a lie. So sorry, but I'm not gonna take it. So I would be expecting you to show us where you got this photo from. Like I've done my own research, and all the research says that this guy was in North Syria and that ISIS did that. Yeah, I just wanna, why don't you show us the hundreds, if not thousands, of Muslims who have been killed? Christian Prince, let me show you. Yeah, the Syrians, like around 200 civilians killed in an airstrike, 700 people killed in 3 months, and there's more everywhere you go. I just don't understand. And the Muslims in Burma being killed by the Hindus or Buddhist Tibetan, they're Buddhist anyway. You wouldn't go anywhere near them and say, "Oh, look, these poor people are being killed." No, you have no problem with that at all. When there is a Muslim being killed, you have no problem at all. You just fine. You're only worried about this one man, though we don't even know the circumstances. You did not show us anything. We don't even know what happened in here. You can't even see his face, and yeah, for you that's terrorism. But the millions dying, the millions of Muslims dying, you're okay with it. You hypocrite, you. Yeah, let's see what you got.
By word,
Yeah.
that this guy is a hypocrite Muslim, is not true Muslim.
You went now to the Arifi, like you call him Arifi or something. Arifi. Anyway, his name is Arifi, and where he's talking about in here, he's talking about the Americans and their allies invading Muslim countries, and then he gets to a point where he says that the US and their allies are actually raping Muslim women.
The Prophet of Islam, he said the following. This is Hasan Hadith, which means it's a correct Hadith. Don't tell me it's weak. The Prophet.
By the way, just so you would know, look, if Hadith is Hasan, it's not like a Sahih. Okay, you should a little bit, but when they get together as a Hasan Sahih, that is good grading. But it depends where you're getting that, because I can start a web a website in here and put on it anything I want. I can put anything I want, anything against Christianity, against the Bible and all that. So first of all, let us see what you got, what you're showing in here, and then we'll discuss it.
Again, if they drink it, flood them again. If they drink it, kill them. And if they...
Who is this hadith talking about? First of all, who is this hadith talking about? Is it talking about non-Muslims? Where does it show it? Where? Show us. Show us where it says kill non-Muslims when they drink alcohol. Please show us. Why do you just throw things here on people and suggest things? Don't suggest. If you're showing a text, show what it is saying. It is talking about Muslims. You will Christians, leave the Christians in the West. I'm talking about Christians in the Muslim world who live in Muslim countries. They actually drink the way they want. Even Muslims, they do. Nobody's harming them. The reason that hadith is there is to actually show the severity of drinking alcohol. It says flog him, and then kill him. Though there are instances at the time of the Prophet where people were drinking, they were never killed. Flogging is the maximum they get to. No one will get beyond 2 or 3 times being flogged. That's one thing. Second thing, people will be hiding. No one in a Muslim country will sit outside in front of the ruler and say, I'm drinking, I've got no problem with that, I don't care. Because it is prohibited, it is forbidden, it is haram. It's up to you, whatever you want to believe, if not. All I know that hadith, it is ta'zir, Mr. Christian Prince. You know the word ta'zir. That's for the second thing, is just to set in an example, and so people will actually not get to drinking alcohol because they know they're going to be flogged. Not only that, but because it is bad for them, and they know they will get harmed if they do that by the ruler, the Islamic ruler. Not anyone walking on the street will do that to you. But anyway, I'll move on and see what you got.
You see, it says kill them. This is the religion is willing to kill you just for drinking beer 3 times.
You are lying, sir. The religion talks about the Muslims themselves, and no one can be flogged once for drinking and then he goes back to it, and then flogged second and goes back to it, flogged, and then 3 times. Us Muslims, the majority of Muslims, 90 to 95% of Muslims don't drink alcohol because it is haram, because it's prohibited. Those minority who drink actually drink hiding, and those who drink and they are found out to be drinking, they are actually, yes, it says here in this hadith that they are flogged, but no one is being flogged now. At the time of the Prophet, one of the men was actually addicted to alcohol, so he was brought first, and second, and the third, and the 4th time, one of the men who were present, he said, "Oh, this man is always coming from you, kill him." The Prophet turned to him and said, "No, he loves Allah and he loves his Prophet, let him go." And he was let go. There is not a single instance where someone have been killed for drinking. No sane person will get flogged 3 times and then get back to drinking. And if you have any proofs that someone has been to in the Islamic teachings, sometimes there will come some harsh teachings where it shows harshness because it will show the people the severity of their sin, in order for them to understand. There are some people who do not understand if you talk to them nicely. There are some people and their spirituality, people and their understanding are different. So some people, if you don't actually show them some harshness, they will not stop. They will sin, they will drink, and in drinking, as you know, that al-khamru ummul khaba'ith, that the alcohol is the mother of all sins. So if you drink, you can rape your mother. If you drink, you can rape your daughter, and it happened anywhere and everywhere. If you drink, you can kill someone. If you drink, you can harm yourself. If you drink, you can even commit a suicide, and so on and so forth. So drinking is not a light thing in Islam. Drinking is very, very serious issue. It is so serious that our beloved Prophet said that you might even get killed. Nobody got killed, but it shows the severity and the importance of teaching in Islam. I'll move on and let you say what you gotta say. You're saying that non-Muslims are, if you drink 3 times in a theatre, 3 beers, then that's it, you're a target. Hello, sir. I said it over and over. I know you're not listening to me now. It's for the audience. I don't care about you, because you know it and you're lying. You know it. It happened. And if you are from Lebanon, you know that people in there drink at will and nobody stops them. And then you said, even if you're a Muslim, it's actually a teaching for Muslims. It does not show anywhere. Show us. I'm trying not to be loud for my, don't want to disturb my neighbors, but show us where it says kill non-Muslims for drinking alcohol or eating pork. I would love to see you showing us that, because you're good at lying and deceiving. I would love to see you showing me something like that, and I will debunk you or refute you. I will expose you.
Not getting drunk, just drinking wine.
Please listen to him.
Doesn't say getting drunk.
Look or listen
Just
to
for
this
drinking
guy.
wine 3 times or drinking beer 3 times. Kill them, even if they are millions.
Can't believe.
According to Muhammad, anyone
Where are you getting these things from? And listen to him now.
in this earth now drink beer more than 3 times should be killed.
Oh my God. Where does it say that? You putting words into the text. Where does it say anyone in the world? Oh my God, you are so cheap. I can't believe this.
وما يوقعون على الإسلام والمسلمين كل يوم آخر من الإفساد والتقتيل، ما تجرؤوا على ذلك إلا لما رأوا المسلمين أصلا ما فكروا أن يفتحوا بلدانهم ولا.
You are not really respected. You're Muslim, you should go and conquer in their countries. This is the duty of every Muslim. To say to us that the attack in Paris is disgusting. You see the hypocrisy? The double standard?
Well, actually the attack anywhere is disgusting. Anywhere in the world is disgusting. I mean it. Anywhere. Any innocent human being harmed is disgusting, including what you're doing here, because it's causing some Muslim men and women to be attacked on the street. It is disgusting too. So let's hear what this man is saying. Again, you're deceiving people and using that verse. We've already spoken about that verse. It is about the people who are actually invading us, not us invading them. And whenever it actually shows the shortcoming of the Bible against or versus the Quran. Okay, it does not say in the Quran, it does not go and kill them first. It says if they accept peace and if they accept Islam, then leave them alone. If they don't accept Islam, they can stay as Muslims, as non-Muslims, and live in our country and pay tax, because we pay the zakat, which is the 2.5 of our wealth, and many other anything else. That's the money, 2.5, and the other kinds of wealth should be paid as well. So it will be just for fairness and equality for all these members of the society. And if they fight back, of course, that if they don't accept Islam, fine, and then they should pay tax. And if they do not pay tax, that means they're rebelling against the government or the ruling state, then they will be killed. That is done anywhere, everywhere. Don't tell me this is something exclusive to Islam, and if you're playing on some tunes and you are deceiving people. So stop that.
So if somebody don't agree with Islam, we smash his circle, we smash his head.
Where did you get that from? Where?
We cut his limbs.
That's such a big lie. Even what you were showing goes against you. You're such a liar. I can't believe this. But anyway, let's move on. I'm waiting for something and I cannot get it. I'm waiting for where you say that when the US and their allies actually invade Muslim countries, they did not rape anyone. So I wanted to show you where they did that. So I'm just waiting for it to get to, but it's taking time.
Big potato for the Muslims.
His name is Al-Arifi, not Al-Uraifi. But anyway, he's not a big potato. He's a scholar, and he's talking, and whatever he says, it's his opinion. I don't care. But I just want to know where you could name thousands of people.
And look, he says,
raping.
Today you will not see actually America or any of those Western infidel countries unless because Muslims they stop attacking. And he's lying to say, and they rape their women. Name for me one American soldier he raped. I can name for you 1,000 Muslims who will rape every day.
Alright, so you're saying name one American soldiers raping Muslim women in those countries where they invaded. I myself, and this is a personal experience, I did not read it on internet or hear it on the news. Here in Europe, the NATO and the allies of the America, like Georgians and Polish, they went to Iraq and Afghanistan, and one of these men was with me having this conversation, me and him. He was telling me what they were doing as soldiers in Afghanistan. In night time, when then that biological drive comes up and they wanted to have sex and there was nobody there to have sex with, they would leave the camp and go and break into any house and rape the woman, and the woman whom fought hardly not to be raped, they were shot. This man said it to me word by word, exactly what I'm just saying to you here. Women who resisted us, we shot them in the head, and then we killed the whole family because they did not want any witnesses. This is what he said to me word by word. Okay, now if you want to see more, here is more. All you need to do is just type in there American soldiers raping women in Iraq and Afghanistan, and you'll get lots of it, and I mean it, lots of it. Okay, so see what you can do with all this. See what you can do here in the UN soldiers raping girls in Sarajevo. Read about that. You have no idea. You don't know. They raped thousands and thousands little girls. They raped girls as old as 5 years old because they didn't want that concept of being virgin in Islam. They did not like it, because no girl in the Christian world actually stays stays virgin until she gets married, whereas in Islam it is. So yeah, they raped and killed in Sarajevo. And most of them, they were the Dutch soldiers. Do your research please and get back to me. Alright, that's it folks. I'm a little bit tired and I already got beyond the 2 hours, and I hate that, but I wanted to expose this liar here. And you, Christian Prince, you have no shame. You should be ashamed of yourself. All these lies, and not only bringing some doubtful and suspicious links and texts, you even add into them yourself words from your twisted mind. I hope Allah will guide you to Islam, you and the audience. So that's it. With this I bid you farewell, and I greet you with the greeting of Islam, and that is Assalamu alaikum. If any one of you have a question, please drop it in here and I will cover that inshallah. Peace.